Good evening. This is National Child Protection Week, promoting awareness and understanding of the importance of primary prevention to reduce child abuse and neglect in Australia. Last year, over 35,000 Australian kids were proven to have been abused or neglected. NITV News takes a closer look at the process in which children are often removed. In one instance this year, the Department of Family and Community Services and New South Wales Police raided a home to remove a large number of children from the one family. These images provided to NITV News show police dressed in riot gear enter a home at around 6:30 in the morning. The parents were asleep. They have told NITV News they awoke to find guns pointed at them, and they were then handcuffed by police as the children were removed. In the house next door, it's claimed the children's aunt and grandfather were also handcuffed and detained by police. New South Wales Police has confirmed that the raid occurred, but say no charges were laid. The children were removed for well over 5 months and placed into foster care, but are now back with their family. Today, NITV News spoke to the father of the children about the way in which the Department of Family and Community Services and New South Wales Police entered their home in January this year. For legal reasons, the family cannot be identified, but the father walked us through his house today and talked us through what happened.
We'll start off after the incident, 15th of January this year, starting to barricade my house up. Police come in, smash this door down, rush straight in here, I'm straight in. This door was shut, Me and my family, kids sleeping there. And some kids sleep up this side. In the room over here, some kids sleeping there. I get up from this room, open this door. This door shut. When I heard the big bang, I get up and I open this door, and next police like this, don't move. Up against the wall. So I get up against the wall. Get up against the wall and don't move. Police take me out of the lounge room at gunpoint. And push me around the corner, and I got face here at gunpoint with 2 handcuffs on. While they all went back in the room. See now, 1, 2, kids in this room. Get them all out, clear. Kids in the next room. Get them all out clean. My partner was still tied up. We're still here in this room, naked. The police wouldn't allow her to get dressed or wrap a sheet around her. That's how it went down. And all the time I was at gunpoint up against the wall, not to move while the kids got removed. The riot squad went next door to my sister's house and done the same thing, smashed that house in. Handcuffed my sister, handcuffed my father. Took their children from there, and Aboriginal Reserve was on lockdown. No one was allowed on, no one was allowed off until our children was removed from this Aboriginal Reserve.
The New South Wales Greens are calling for answers as to why such heavy-handed force was used in the removal of these children. David Shoebridge says the children remain traumatised, and no matter what the circumstances, the process and its impact on the children needs to be investigated.
Well, there's literally no explanation, and it's difficult to see how you could have a valid explanation when you've got literally the tactical response group removing children from a family. This was a family who had a patchy relationship with police, but these were children who needed care, they need protection, not being woken in the morning by a riot squad.
David, I understand you've been up to Moree recently. How's the family doing now?
Well, I spoke with the family as part of a listening tour that I took through the northwest of New South Wales, and this was just one story of many where we see a very dysfunctional child removal system, particularly as it relates to Aboriginal children, and particularly in regional and rural New South Wales. But I've got to say, I have rarely heard a more personally distressing story than this man and his partner gave to me about the way their children were literally snatched from them in this dawn raid.
You just said you've heard of other stories like this one. Are you saying this is not an isolated case?
I've spoken with many Aboriginal families, many elders, many grandmothers in particular, and they make it clear that although this is a very extreme case, a very, very extreme case, it's not out of the ordinary experience of too many members of the Aboriginal community to have their children taken from them by force in this state. And when you look at the figures nationally, there is a national picture here. If this isn't a wake-up call to ensure that we limit the number of children who are being taken from Aboriginal families, we treat our Aboriginal citizens with the utmost respect as First People deserve, well then it's hard to know what will cause the rest of this country to finally do something.
NITV News contacted New South Wales Police and the Department of Family and Community Services for a response to the allegations and received the following written statements.
From a spokesman for the Minister for Family and Community Services, Gabrielle Upton. The Department of Family and Community Services has a very good working relationship with New South Wales Police. This is important for the safety of caseworkers when trying to protect children and the wider community. New South Wales Police provide critical prevention in often very complex and difficult child protection matters. Police only attend a child protection issue after a stringent risk assessment. From New South Wales Police Media, about 6 a.m. on Wednesday the 15th of January 2014, police from Moree Local Area Command assisted family and community service officers in the execution of a warrant issued by the local court. This was a local operation and did not involve specialist commands like the TOU, Tactical Operations Unit. Children aged between 1 and 13 who had been identified as being at risk were removed from a home by fax. Police attended to prevent any breach of the peace or public order incident. One man was detained in handcuffs for a short period. No charges were laid.